Dear viewers, we had studied the introduction, classification, and isoprene rule of terpenoids in previous video. In today's video, we are going to study the citrol, alpha beta enone, and alpha terpineol. So, citrol is most abundant of the naturally occurring acyclic terpenoid. Its chief source is lemongrass oil. It is used as coloring agent for soap, cosmetics, and perfumes. And it is a colorless liquid having smell of lemon and is optically inactive. So this citrol belongs to monoterpenoid class of terpenoid, and it contains two isoprene units joined head to tail. So if you look at the structure of the citrol, it contains two isoprene units joined head to tail. So what are the uses of citrol? What are the uses of the citrol? Citrol is an aroma compound used in perfumery for its citrus effect. And citrol is also used as a flavor and for fortifying lemon oil. So it is used to prepare antiseptic, antiviral, and antibacterial drugs. Citrol is also used in the synthesis of vitamin A and beta ionone. These are all the uses of citrol. So let us move on to the constitution of citrol. So structural elucidation of citrol. So we can determine the structure of the citrol by the presence of two olefinic double bonds, by the presence of carbonyl group, by the presence of aldehyde group, and by the presence of alpha beta unsaturated group. In this way we are going to elucidate the structure of the citrol. So if you look at the structure of the citrol, it contains two olefinic double bonds, carbonyl group, aldehyde group, and also alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. Let us see. The very first point is the molecular formula of citrol was found to be a C10H16O. So this is the molecular formula of citrol. So citrol, in the second point, the citrol reacts with bromine to give a tetrabromo derivative with two molecules of bromine, and also addition of hydrogen or reduction gives a tetrahydrocitrol. So these two points indicates that the presence of two double bonds in citrol molecule. In the next point, citrol forms an oxime with hydroxylamine and phenylhydrazine with phenylhydrazone with phenylhydrazine. So it must have carbonyl group. See, the carbonyl group reacts with hydroxylamine, it gives oxime, and the carbonyl group of citrol is react with phenylhydrazine, it produces phenylhydrazone. From these 2 points it must have, it concludes that it indicates the presence of carbonyl group in the citral. And the carbonyl group is aldehydic. So this aldehydic group is, see, this carbonyl group is aldehydic because it reduces failing solution, indicating the presence of aldehyde group. So this is further proved by its reduction to a primary alcohol, geranyl, by sodium amalgam, and by its oxidation to xeranic acid by silver oxide. Next, on complete reduction of citral to the corresponding saturated hydrocarbon give C10H22, that is acyclic molecule. Therefore, citral is an acyclic molecule with two carbon-carbon double bond and one aldehyde group. So one of the two double bond is present as isopropylidine moiety. So it is proved by the appearance of an absorption band at approximately 800 centimeter inverse. In the next step, the presence of alpha beta is unsaturated carbonyl group. So in this step, citral adds 2 moles of sodium bisulfate, gives both mono disulfide addition product, both mono and bisulfide addition product. So this indicates that one of the double bond is conjugated with the carbonyl group. So this is confirmed by UV spectrum at lambda max 238 nanometer. So when citral heated with aqueous potassium carbonate, citral undergoes hydration and retroaldol reaction gives methyl heptanone. Methyl heptanone. So an ozonolysis of methyl heptanone gives acetone and linoleic acid. So this confirms the presence of alpha beta carbonyl compounds. Next, citral forms paracymene on reaction with potassium hydrogen sulfate, potassium persulfate. So the position of methyl and isopropyl group is confirmed when citral is heated with potassium hydrogen sulfate from paracymene formation. Paracymene formation. Next, structure of citral confirmed from oxidative degradation. When citral undergoes oxidation, so it produces some products, that is followed by oxidation with chromium trioxide, chromium oxide. It produces linoleic acid, acetone and oxalic acid. This is all about the constitution of citral. Let us move on to the synthesis of citral. Let us move on to the synthesis of citral. So here when methyl heptanone, so This is the methyl heptanone. This methyl heptanone undergoes Reformatsky reaction with alpha haloester afford beta hydroxy ester. Beta hydroxy ester. So this beta hydroxy ester on react with acetic anhydride loss of water molecule takes place and produces alpha beta unsaturated ester. So this alpha beta unsaturated ester on react with dilute potassium hydroxide forms xeranic acid. Form xeranic acid. So this xeranic acid forms calcium salt with calcium hydroxide. So uh, if you heat the calcium salt, liberation of liberation of calcium carbonate takes place. Finally, it produces citral molecule. It produces the citral molecule. The another way of synthesis of citral is the methyl heptanone. The methyl heptanone with react with a Grignard reagent. So there is a nucleophilic addition reaction takes place, getting tertiary alcohol. So this tertiary alcohol undergoes partial reduction with Lindlar catalyst. That is uh, palladium barium sulfate. It produces enol ether. It produces enol ether. So this enol ether undergo hydrolysis gives aldehyde. So here what happened is, in this step what happened is, the protonation occurs at hydroxyl group. By the loss of water molecule produces carbocation. So in this carbocation, the allylic shift takes place. And it produces the citral molecule as the final product. In this way, we are going to synthesize the citral molecule. It is a monoterpenoid. Let us move on to the next slide. Synthesis of alpha ionone and beta ionone. So how to synthesize the alpha beta ionone? So when citral, this is the citral undergoes aldol condensation with barium hydroxide followed by hydrolysis produces alpha beta ionones. So in this reaction what happened is, when base barium hydroxide abstract a proton from acetone produces carbocation. So this carbocation on react with the citral getting beta hydroxy carbonyl compound. So this beta hydroxy carbonyl compound undergo dehydration to alpha beta unsaturated ketone. So in this way, one carbon-carbon bond is formed. formed. When the carbocyclization reaction takes place, carbocyclization reaction takes place under acidic condition, here protonation of tri-substituted double bond. Here the protonation of tri-substituted double bond takes place. From this cyclization, the tertiary carbocation. From this cyclization, tertiary carbocation compound is obtained. So we can remove the proton. We can remove the proton from carbocation here and here also. So both the sides of the carbocation. So it produces the alpha ionone and beta ionone. So it is found that beta ionone is a major product. Among these two ionones, beta ionone is the major product. Let us move on to the next slide, that is synthesis of alpha terpineol. So here the best starting material for the synthesis of terpineol is paratolic acid. Paratolic acid. This is the paratolic acid. So this paratolic acid is sulfonated. Followed by potassium hydroxide fusion. Phenolic carboxylic acid is obtained. So this phenolic carboxylic acid, in this compound, phenol undergoes reduction. With sodium in ethanol. The substituted cyclohexanol compound is obtained. So this cyclohexanol compound react with hydrogen bromide. Here bromination takes place, followed by elimination of HBr. Will get the alkene. Carboxylic acid. So this carboxylic group is esterified. And is treated with Grignard reagent. Followed by protonation. It produces alpha terpineol as the final product. So in this way we are going to synthesize the terpineol. Finally, please stay safe, stay home, wear mask, use sanitizer, maintain social distance, educate others about safety measures. Thank you one and all.